Today on Mr. Media, I'll talk to the two young men who formed the music duo Goodnight Argent. Their new EP, Ignorance is Paradise. Stick around. My own ignorance is only skin deep. Mr. Media is recorded live before a studio audience of Mick Jagger doppelgangers who unfortunately have moves like Elaine on Seinfeld in the new media capital of the world, St. Petersburg, Florida. Do you remember those single-minded guys in high school who always knew what they wanted to do? The ones who were always doodling in the margins, or causing fluids to explode in the chem lab, or, well, scoring all the hottest cheerleaders? Well, Chase Thompson and Tyler McMullen were two of those guys. They were friends who always knew music would be the central focus of their lives, and invested a great deal of their time and energy into creating and practicing their sound. The duo, now recording professionally as Goodnight Argent, is beginning to see the payoff for their dedication. In 2009, they won the grand prize in the John Lennon International Songwriting Competition, for example. This year, Goodnight Argent produced a 7-song EP called Ignorance is Paradise. Chase Thompson, Tyler McMullen of Goodnight Argent, welcome to Mr. Media.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice to see you guys. A lot of people will be watching or hearing this interview. It'll be the first time they'll have learned of the band, and they'll be wondering what your sound is all about. And I kind of wondered, how would you guys describe it?
I would describe it as basically a mix of the type of music we like to listen to with our own experiences thrown in there.
I would have said 18th century chamber music, but okay, we'll go with your explanation.
Yeah, no, I actually that's what I listen to, so you're right on the money. No, it's as far as genre goes, it's classified as pop alternative, but it really stems from our influences, which is like for me, it's Maroon 5, Coldplay, One Republic, and I mean they've definitely had a big impact in our sound, and we've tried to take that and then make it our own.
I guess if, I was going to describe. I hear there's a lot of dance, there's some electronica in there. You guys do ballads quite a bit. Am I on the right track here? Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Within what group of bands would you like to be described? And again, I know no one likes to be pinned down. On the other hand, when people need to be introduced to your music, they need a starting point. So, what would be a compliment to you if you heard someone mention Goodnight Argent in a certain group of bands?
I'd say Duran Duran and Vanilla Ice.
That's an interesting combination.
No, I've had a few bands we've been compared to, but honestly, I mean, most of the bands I listen to aren't necessarily within the same genre. I mean, I have the ones that kind of influence my sound because that's what works for me. The cool thing is with Tyler thrown in there, he has his own bands. I mean, what would you say?
We get a lot of One Republic and Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
And that's totally fine with me. So
yeah.
Good company to be in.
Yeah.
What when you're crafting a sound, either overall the sound of the band as a whole, or a song, or for an individual song, do you guys find that the end result often takes you in a direction that's different than when you started?
Yeah, it really depends. Some songs, I mean, we have a specific idea or specific sound in mind, and we end there. And usually it is, a little different than what we expected. But they're actually a new song that we're getting ready to record as our next single. it started off as a ballad, and then it turned into a more upbeat, like heavy hitting song. And I mean, that was probably the biggest turn as far as the song goes.
I know I mean, the whole process of creation for writing of
Hmm.
anything is always kind of interesting to me. I know a lot of novelists will say that, when they start writing a story, they have an idea that they're starting with, but that their characters, as they start putting words in their characters' mouths, the characters will often take them down an unpredictable path. And I kind of assume that songwriting must be very similar.
Yeah, I mean, um, I know at least for me, definitely, I basically I'll come up with like a chord progression or a sound that I like, and then I'll just start singing to it, and whatever words come out, it basically I'll take a phrase that comes out, and I'll build from that phrase, and eventually it will make sense to me why I started with that phrase, why because it will it always stems from something that I've experienced or I've seen someone experience. Um, so I mean, eventually I see how I started there, but it's weird when we first start working on a song, we have no clue where it's going to go, and you know the best way to take that phrase and expand it into a story people can relate to.
And let's talk a little more about that. Well, when you're going to write music, do you guys start with the sound? Do you start with the words? Do you start on paper? Do you use the computer? I mean, I hate to break it down to the absolute basics, but it's always interesting because everyone is different.
Well, I mean, if you want to explain how Ignorance was Paradise, that song.
Um,
Oh,
that's
excuse me, but you the first thing you turn to Tyler for is to explain ignorance. That's
Yeah. Well, because I'm ignorant about the
sorry.
subject.
Paradise.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tyler. Go right ahead.
For that one, we just pretty much started right on the computer. We just started building the song, recording different ideas, um, and the lyrics really came last on that song. It's really cool to watch. We try to record all of our ideas, so it's really cool to go back and look at our first idea, and then when we're done with everything, look at how the song ended up, how it changed and progressed. But with that song, yeah, we just started recording pretty much an instrumental. We didn't quite know where it was going. We liked the sound, we liked the different influences in it, and kind of finished that up and put lyrics to it and made some tweaks, and it was good to go.
Who's the harsher critic of the two of you of when you've created something new?
Mr.
Yeah.
Perfectionist.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely hard on myself because I mean, there are so many talented people out there. I mean, so many just extraordinarily talented people, and I perceive myself as maybe not someone with, you know, an extraordinary amount of talent, but with a work ethic that I know how to achieve what I want to achieve, and I'm great at learning new things. So I'm very hard on myself.
It's kind of nice too because we both criticize different things.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be listening for more like guitar stuff, where Chase is gonna be listening to more, vocal or chords. And we both criticize and listen to different things. So when that comes together,
Yeah.
it works out.
What is the sure source of disagreement every time around musically?
Hmm.
Well, Tyler Tyler likes to write songs about his grandma. He has this weird fixation about his grandma. He'll bring a song and I'll be like, change your grandma to girlfriend, and then it's a good song.
Oh God!
No, we have more disagreements when we record videos.
Hmm.
Like I Chase wants me to take my shirt off in all the videos, and I always tell him no, I'm not gonna do that, Chase. I'm not.
Uh, no, I mean, as far as disagreements go, the nice thing, me and Tyler, we were in a band together before, and I mean, there was definitely disagreements musically wise between the band members. Some wanted to go rock. We wanted to go more of a pop sound, and
we're all always the closest together.
Yeah. I mean, so, honestly, when it comes to the music side of things, we actually mesh really well. There's not a whole lot of disagreements. I mean, we'll each voice our opinion, and the nice thing is, I know I respect Tyler's opinion a lot. I mean, he's definitely, as far as, since I know he's going for the same idea that I am, I'll usually take something he says to heart and apply it, just because I know he has an ear for it. So usually, there's not really disagreements. There's just idea sharing, and I mean, we usually.
And we both love calling each other out.
Yeah.
Like if Chase sings a vocal line and I don't like it, I have no problem saying, try something else. And same with him. And being a tough critic and an honest critic of each other is really important, I think. So.
Yeah.
Well, we've been talking about music quite a bit, and I know we have not one but two treats for the audience. You guys are going to do a couple of songs for us on the show. Why don't we go for the first song? What do you have in mind to play first?
We'll play one of our songs off the EP. It's actually the first song written for the EP. It's called "Don't Get Sentimental." We're gonna do a little acoustic version because it's typically done with like strings. We have the full band, but we're gonna give this a shot. So
Very cool. Well, folks, Goodnight Argent.
every word that I speak, every last memory is for me. In this place I had love, now this place I put up feels so haunted. Sold my soul when she left, then ran off with the check. Followed, gaining speed till I crash, till this house is dust and ash. Angels all enjoy the show. They thank us, leaving them room to grow. Don't get sentimental, life's just a riddle. You gotta fight your own way out. Your heart may be broken, but time it ain't slowing. It's right on course and it's running you down. Get the hell out of town. Some stars will hide in shame, and me, my lives have got away. Feel the heat caress your skin. Live or lose, we go all in. And angels all enjoy the show. They thank us for leaving them room to grow. Don't get sentimental, life's just a riddle. You gotta fight your own way out. Your heart may be broken, time it ain't so well. It's right on course and it's running you down. Get the hell out of town. Don't get sentimental. Don't get sentimental. You gotta fight your own way out. Don't get sentimental. Don't get sentimental. You gotta fight your own way out. When your back's against the wall, need the heart of a fighter. No one's answering your call. You gotta find the will or the strength to march through hell and its flames and not lose your way. Don't get sentimental, life's just
Wow, guys, that was great. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I gotta say, I'm especially looking forward to the second song because I don't take this the wrong way. I like the acoustic version much better.
Really?
That was awesome. That was really really good.
Thanks, man.
I'm not
Appreciate
taking anything away from the EP, but acoustically, that was some flight there.
it. Well, we'd much rather hear that you like the live performance better than the CD better than the live performance. So that's always a plus for us.
And I got to ask you now, how do you guys, as you're arranging the song, how are you deciding who sings when and when you do a handoff of what? Does it depend on the song? Is it consistent song to song?
I think it depends on the vocal
Yeah.
styling and the sound we're going for the song. Me, um, I have more of a rough voice, so with that song on the studio recording, we are going for a more of a driving, rough sound. We both sang on the chorus for that one, but I was the lead, and then other stuff, Chase can sing a lot smoother, softer, um,
More like a
higher,
girl.
more like a girl. Is really how you describe it. So if we're going for that sound, he takes all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends what the song calls for. I mean, I think both of us realize that in the long run, it's the song that matters most, and we just kind of. I mean, that's the thing with two singers. You have to check your ego at the door. I mean, it's a requirement because, I mean, it's not a competition. We're working together on this.
Got
So,
it.
And sometimes we'll both record the exact same thing. For Ignorance is Paradise, that song, I recorded all the verses and Chase recorded all the verses, and we pretty much listened to them both and was like, well, Chase is the one. So
yeah.
that's how we just do it sometimes, just
Yeah.
listen to it.
I mean, the nice thing is we also, we have feedback from,
Right.
like family members. The guy we work with in the studio, he was my mentor as far as recording goes before I went to recording engineering school. And he's usually the first one to critique our music. So he's usually, if we're unsure about something, he'll let us know what we should do.
I was just thinking about famous duos that I could think of. I was thinking of Loggins and Messina, and Seals and Croft, and there's no,
Sonny and Cher.
Sonny and Cher. Thank you very much. Cher and Chaz.
Yeah.
But uh, do you? I mean, there's not a lot of duos. Now I know you guys came from a group. I think it was Chase and the Reach, right? You referenced it before. Other, and I asked you at the top of the show if there are groups that you'd like to be thought of, in a certain category with them. But are there duos that you look at and you've looked at and kind of studied their interaction and the way that they pull off a song? Because not a lot of that today.
Yeah, there really isn't. I mean, and that's kind of the fun thing about it for us is, when it comes to writing, you listen to what's popular, what's out there, what people like to listen to, and you're able to cater your songwriting to that. And with this, I mean, there are some duos out there like Evan and Jaron, for example. They're like 10 years ago. I mean, I know Jaron is still doing stuff, but
LMFAO.
yeah, LMFAO. There we go. That's the duo right there. Are you familiar with LMFAO?
I am.
Okay, yeah. I guess we could base ourselves off of them. It's completely different, but
Like their pants.
yeah.
I like their pants. I thought of another duo, Simon and Garfunkel,
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
or as they were previously known, Tom and Jerry. True, absolutely true.
Really?
Yeah, no, that was the
Oh.
original name of the act. It was Tom and Jerry.
I
Yeah,
like Simon and Garfunkel a lot better.
yeah, I think so. It's a little more memorable, unless you're thinking, cartoon characters, obviously. Um, is there what song on the Ignorance EP are you proudest of, and which might you have liked to had a little more time to develop?
We probably each have our own
Yeah.
personal favorite. I'd say I like Don't Get Sentimental the most.
I could believe that, having just heard it. I could see
Just
that.
because I like the song the most, really. I mean, I was I was most involved probably in Ignorance is Paradise as far as the writing and everything, but I just like Don't Get Sentimental a lot better.
For me, I think the one that I like the most is the piano version of Vagabond, and basically that's because, you know, one thing as you know, because we self-produce this, and one thing is like when a producer does is they take an artist and they make sure the artist isn't doing something just to pleasure themselves, basically. That they're doing it for the audience and not for themselves. You know, they're not having a 10-minute guitar solo. And that last song was, you know, I got to do like the strings and stuff, and I really loved that part of it.
He got to pleasure himself.
Basically, I did that one for me. You know, that's one that was for me on the album.
Hey, we're on the internet here. I don't think you can say that on the internet. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You can say that on the internet. What?
Yeah.
What was I thinking?
But I think as far as the one that I wish we had more time with, you know, I'm fairly happy with all of them. But there's a couple things in each song that I wish I could change. You know, like in Vagabond, there's a guitar sound that I wish we had used the initial synth sound rather than replacing it with the guitar sound. And I mean, it's just little things like that. But, you know, I try not to dwell too much on, you know, which ones we should have spent more time with, because, you know, we just take that experience and apply it to a new song rather than, you know, battling over songs we've already released.
Okay. Well, we're getting near the end here. I want to make sure we have time to do song number 2. What do you have planned for us?
We're going to do Everybody Loves Me by One Republic. It was our YouTube. If you guys want to check out youtube.com/Goodnight Argent, we do cover videos, and it's our way of, you know, being able to play the songs that we love to listen to. And this was the first cover we threw up there. It's yeah, Everybody Loves Me.
Cool. Folks, Goodnight Argent.
Hell sees her shadow in my backseat. Her friends are standing right in front of me. Worldwide from the semi-fun in Turkey. Open up, said everybody loves me. You don't have to make a sound. They've got what you need. What you need. Gotta love all the people that have warned you. Gotta love all the sentimental virtue. 8 balls with the players that'll take you. Play cards with the lovers that'll hate you. You don't have to make a sound. They got what you need. What you need. Like you say, oh my, feel just like I don't try. Look so good I might die. All I know is everybody loves me. Get down, sway into my hometown. Flashes in my face. Now all I know is everybody loves me. Everybody loves me. Well, I play the music, don't stop till I turn gray. Starts forever like John Susan, never fade. He had a beautiful child named Desiree. Hope I remember the good things that I never made. You don't have to make a sound. They've got what you need. Like you say, oh my, feels just like I don't try. Look so good I might die. All I know is everybody loves me. Get down, swing into my hometown. Flashes in my face. Now all I know is everybody loves me. Everybody loves me. Everybody, everybody, oh, everybody, everybody. Don't need my health, got my name and got my wealth. I stare at the sun just for kicks all by myself. I lose track of time, so I might be past my prime. But I'm feeling oh so good. Yeah, oh my, feels just like I don't try. Look so good I might die. All I know is everybody loves me. Get down, swing into my sound. Flashes in my face now. All I know is everybody loves me. Everybody loves me.
All right. That was cool. That was very cool. I like that. I do not know that. I did not know that One Republic song, and that was very cool to hear. But you know what I kept thinking the whole time you were playing? I was thinking these guys should really think about recording acoustically.
Yeah.
Because you know the voices and you got something very special going there. It's very cool.
Well, thanks. Yeah, we've talked about it before. We put that acoustic version on the record, but I mean, we've definitely considered putting out some acoustic versions of our songs.
Yeah, it's very cool. And that song, as I said, I didn't know that One Republic song. It reminds me of a song my daughter likes a lot from the Dolly Rots called "Because I'm Awesome."
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's very cool.
Nice.
Very cool. So
yeah, no, it was. I mean, it wasn't one of their big songs, but it was definitely our favorite. So.
Well, and that's. I mean, isn't that really the important thing when a band chooses some cover songs? You got to look for something that you can bring something to yourself, that you're not just doing a remake, and because you're also sharing with people your own taste. You're saying, this is a song that I like. This is something that tells you something about me.
Yeah. No, and that's I mean, one of the big reasons why we like doing the covers on YouTube and stuff is, it people who because we do usually artists that are similar to us or within the same vein, and it allows people who might like that artist to hear our music. Because if they like the covers, then they typically go to our website and check out our songs. And also, I mean, like that song, there was quite a few of our fans who hadn't heard that song before. Mm-hmm. And we got to share that song with them and, basically show them, this song by an awesome band that we really like.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool.
We just like to hear, when people look on YouTube, we want to hear them say, wow, that was a really cool song. I love that song by the original artist, but I also like it because they put their own spin on it, and now I'm going to check them out, That's kind of what we're looking for when we do stuff like that.
Well, you definitely did that. Now I want to go check out the original version just to hear the difference.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, folks, listen, you can find out when Goodnight Argent might be performing near you by checking out their website, goodnightargent.com. It's Goodnight Argent, A-R-G-E-N-T, solid.com. And their EP, Ignorance is Paradise, is available, I believe, on Amazon, and I don't know where else. Is it on iTunes, guys?
Yeah, it's on iTunes, Amazon, and it's in all the different countries, Canada, New Zealand, all the... so yeah, no matter where they are, they can find a version of our song. If not, hit us up on our website, and we'll make sure we get you a copy. So.
All right. And you guys are out there on Facebook, I know. Are you on Twitter also?
Yep, we're on Twitter. We actually just started the Twitter account not too long ago, so we're working on building that up.
All right. And YouTube.
Yep, YouTube.
Got the YouTube account. Well,
we're on MySpace as well, but typically I think people don't use that anymore.
I think Justin Timberlake is the only one who still seems to think that there's traffic at MySpace. I don't know.
Who knows? They may bring it back from the dead, but usually when people bring things back from the dead, it's not a good thing. So.
No, I think the last time I saw MySpace, it was on an episode of The Walking Dead. So I'm not real optimistic. Guys, this was a lot of fun. Terrific musicianship here on the show, and good conversation. And so Chase Thompson and Tyler McMullen. And that's, by the way, I don't think I pointed out at the top of the show. That's Tyler on the left, Chase on the right, as we're facing the screen. Thank you guys so much for joining us on Mr. Media today.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
My pleasure. All right, not too bad. Hey folks, you can hear Mr. Media while on the go now with Stitcher Smart Radio. Stitcher is a free news and talk mobile app available for your smartphone, whether you use an iPhone, iPod Touch, Android, BlackBerry Curve, or Palm Pre. And when you download Stitcher to hear Mr. Media today, you have a chance to win some real money. Downloading is quick and easy. Just find Stitcher in your smartphone's app store. Download it, it's free, takes seconds. Then, during registration, hit the promo code box and enter Mr. Media, that's MR Media, to get automatically entered to win $100. The latest episode of Mr. Media will be waiting for you in Stitcher's favorites right on your phone. You'll get access to lots of other amazing shows too, always available to you on demand, no syncing. Some of my favorites include WTF with Mark Maron, Plus One Per Diem with Kevin Smith, and The Nerdist with Chris Hardwick. It's all free and all instant to you on Stitcher Smart Radio. And don't forget to win the money. Enter promo code Mr. Media, MR Media, when you register. And thanks for listening.